Thanks everyone for coming. I'm Usman. I am the CEO and co-founder of Catalysr, which is a startup pre-accelerator that's supporting refugee and migrant entrepreneurs to launch their own startups. Today, we have this amazing demo fair in partnership with Fishburners, who have provided us with such a fantastic space. I'm going to run through various different things. So firstly, starting with logistics. So we've got toilets at the back, outside. We've got all the demo fair on the left, on my left. And then we'll be going through some sort of an introduction about Catalysr. We'll be looking at the pitches. So we have two types of pitches happening tonight. One is going to be pitches around sort of elevator pitches. So some of the teams who have been part of our program but haven't made a lot of progress or are sort of very early stage, they're the ones who are going to be telling you a bit about their business. And they'll be 1 minute long. And then we'll have some proper pitches for 3 to 4 minutes for about 10 teams. It's going to be a very packed night. And it's going to be amazing. So before we get started, I want to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging, and also extend that respect to any Indigenous people we have in the room. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome again to this space. It's a very amazing space. I want you to go really kindly on our Migrapreneurs. They've worked really, really hard for the last 6 months. It takes a lot of courage to get out there and to try to make, just take an idea and try to make a business out of it. It's even harder when you've come across the oceans and you're just trying to give it a go. So I really, really want all of you to support each other and to create a very fantastic, friendly vibe. Having said that, I'm going to show you a video of our Migrapreneurs at the boot camp, which was in September 2018.
I'm from Afghanistan.
Bangladesh. Argentina.
Palestine.
Bangladesh.
Toulouse, France.
North Iraq.
Pakistan.
UK. Catalysr will help us scale and get this product to be known all around the world, maybe.
When I came to Australia, I actually really wanted to volunteer. I really wanted to give out to the community. And it's just because I thought, you know, Australia has given me opportunity to live and have a better future. And I want to help other people to also have it.
I think I'm a big believer of social enterprises. I believe in making a difference.
The way that we're hoping Catalysr can assist us through this journey is essentially to provide us with momentum, to force momentum onto us, to have someone hold us to account, but also to provide that structure to build something up from an idea through to something that the first person buys.
I am hoping Catalysr to be my mentor, provide me directions and assistance as I can make value addition to the society.
We know we have a support structure in place, which is definitely going to enable us to create the products and the services that we are wanting to create.
I'm really looking forward to being part of a program where I can sort of grow along with the rest of the community. The way Catalysr might be able to assist me in the most concrete way that I can think of would definitely be getting me connections with industries that I need connection to.
To meet and learn from fellow participants as well as the people running Catalysr.
I think what stood out most for me today was just how much passion there was in the pitches.
Just the spread of the ideas that were there.
Look forward to seeing where we can help companies here differentiate and enter the global marketplace.
It's clear that everyone had a clear idea about what was a problem in the market, and they've thought about a solution that was really unique.
I had a real ball talking to all of them. I almost lost my voice.
I've met amazing people the whole weekend, which is already a huge benefit and makes me so happy to have joined Catalysr.
That was a video we made at the beginning. And you probably see some of these guys pitching tonight, so you'll be able to see the difference between that and now. Just giving you a very, very quick snapshot of where we are at. So Catalysr has been running for about 2.5 years as a pre-accelerator. We've worked with about 100 Migrapreneurs. And Migrapreneurs is a term that we sort of coined which is to sort of demonstrate the amazing value that migrants and refugees bring to Australia as entrepreneurs. There are about 36% of Australian startup founders that are actually migrants. There are about 33% of Australian small business owners that are also migrants. So it's a really diverse country that we live in, and we really want to recognize the contributions made by migrants. So that's why we've coined this term. From the 100 migrapreneurs that we work with, including today's cohort, we've had about 30 startups that have started, and people are coming into our program from 25 different countries, and they also have 40% female migrapreneurs, which is an amazing, amazing thing that we really want to see more of. So also, as I mentioned before, Georgia, who's around, Fishburners, she's been really kind to us and given us the space, and also some of you who are working in the Fishburners community who are really supporting us on this journey as well. So Fishburners has been made possible through Google for Startups, Optus, Johnson New South Wales, UTS, and Chartered Accountants Australia. They're an amazing co-working space, and they provide their members some fantastic facilities, so you should definitely check that out. Also, if you have any questions for Fishburners, you can reach out to Georgia for pitching in sort of future events or for event info. If you want to book this amazing event space, you can also talk to Jane at Fishburners. And then for other sort of partnerships work, you can talk to Henry. So going to the amazing part of the night, we have got a fantastic migrapreneur with us tonight who's going to be a keynote speaker. Her name is Anne-Marie Elias. There's so much I can talk about her and so many things that I can say, but I'm not going to. The only thing that I'm going to say is that she is incredible, and she goes by the title of Chief Disruptor, which should tell you everything. So please welcome Anne-Marie Elias. A very warm welcome to you.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you. That was a pretty cool introduction. I'm a reluctant migrantpreneur, or even entrepreneur, because my journey only started in this space about 5 years ago. But on reflection, well, I'm going to tell you my story. So, I have to use the clicker. You have an amazing mission, because I checked it out. And your mission in Catalysr is to generate Australia 2.0 and create 10,000 jobs in the next 10 years. And that's a pretty powerful goal. However, where I wanted to start tonight is that we always have to remember that we are forging the way because other people actually forged the way before us. So we're standing on the shoulders of others. And these are just some of the migrapreneurs that existed. These are probably the most successful ones. So for those that don't know, the only lady there is Carla Zampatti, who is a fashion designer. There's Harry Trubagoff, who is the founder of Meriton. There's Belgiorno Nettis and his 2 sons, and he's the founder of Transfield. There's Malfarage, Alf Malfarage and his son, and he's the founder of ServeCorp. And then finally at the bottom is Mr. Pratt, the founder of Visi. So migrantpreneurism is akin to me like necessity is the mother of invention. And like many migrants before us, people have had to find a way to find a job, and sometimes that has meant creating a job, and sometimes that has landed creating an empire. And that is something that a country like Australia, with at the very least 1/3 of people being born overseas, it's something that we should be touting a hell of a lot more. But more importantly than those people, I wanted to share my own story, and in particular that of my mum. Because what I learned about entrepreneurism, even though I didn't know it, was actually from my mum. So that's a photo of me. I was born in 1966, so I was 3 years old in that photo, and that's me in Egypt with my mum and my brother. And we came to Australia in 1972. And my mum, who had been a teacher at the British Boys' School in Alexandria, teaching diplomats and their children how to speak English, was a cleaner in South Sydney Hospital. Now that is not uncommon for many, many migrants. I dare you to have asked, and I'm sure many of you have asked your Uber driver or your taxi driver where they come from, and perhaps even a stretch above that to ask them what they did in their country of origin. That's one of my favourite pastimes, is to ask that question, because you know, you actually find that there are incredible people from all over the world driving our cabs, like my mother was cleaning someone's bedpans. So that was in 1972, and Mum was really lucky because there was a social worker at that hospital that noted that my mum was quite clever, and she said, "What are you doing?" And my mum said, "Oh, well, you know, I've come here, my husband died, I'm here with 2 kids, like, what am I going to do? I'm just working to the bone until I can afford to do something else." And she suggested that my mum go and do a course with the Department of Immigration. And that was a massive turning point in her life. And she then was able to serve others. But she is the one that taught me about entrepreneurism, because that caravan on the left is the fact that in 1974, my mother, Teresa Croce Benedetti, because she remarried a lovely Triestino gentleman called Livio Benedetti, did a pitch to Rotary. She pitched to Rotary, this migrant that had arrived 2 years earlier, and I'll try and do my best mother impersonation. "I want to help the children of the migrants, and I want to help the migrants because I was a migrant. And what I know is those migrants go shopping, but they don't have time during the week to go to the department, because the department is 9 to 5 and they're working their ass off. So I need your help. I don't know what the solution is, but I need your help. And my husband and I, we want to help the community." Now remember, 1974, Mum did this pitch, and Rotary said to her, "We'll give you a caravan." My mother doesn't drive. To this day, she does not drive. So that was a bit of a complication. And you know, to this day, as much as I talk about this in every talk I've ever given, I've not asked my mother how the hell she got the caravan from Rotary to the shopping centre. But I also know that Rotary spoke to the shopping centre, Hillsdale Shopping Centre. I don't know if any of you know, it's near Pagewood. And they asked Hillsdale Shopping Centre, "Can this lady please put this caravan in your space so that she can help migrants?" And for 10 years, this caravan, it had a little sign that I wrote called Migrant Services. And that caravan stayed there for 10 years, helping thousands of migrants. Because remember, my mum spoke 7 languages. Anyone here from Egypt? Oh, okay, so you speak a lot of languages, right? Or you can understand a lot of languages. So that's kind of where I learned everything about entrepreneurism and innovation. My parents really inbred in me that if you wanted something to change, you change it. And theirs was a different kind of entrepreneurism, because it was volunteerism. They didn't start a business doing this sort of thing. They just went out and did it anyway. So that is what inspires me. And what my parents taught me is to care about others and to be of service to others. So the one thing that I am an entrepreneur about is about how the hell we fix this problem, that there are 3.6 billion people around the world falling through the cracks. And this is the underemployed and the unemployed. And it is a devastating statistic, because we talk a lot about automation and progress and advancement, and in my humble opinion, none of that is real if we leave people behind, right? Like, I don't want to see us losing our humanity in the service of technology, because that's losing humanity, and that's not okay, and it's not acceptable. So basically, I watched my mum from working as a teacher to being a shift worker, and then her creating this amazing social enterprise that, you know, wasn't monetized and it wasn't scaled really, but it did occur for 10 years and it helped countless people. And certainly what this statistic gives me a sense of is that we need more people like my mum to create local solutions to solve this problem. Because I can tell you that the billions of dollars governments are spending on consultants are landing us absolutely nowhere, and we're actually not fixing any of these problems. So what I have learned is that we have to invest in humanity. So whatever kind of entrepreneurism you're interested in, make sure that your solution is about humanity, is about how we enable and improve humanity. And one of my favorite social entrepreneurs is Muhammad Yunus. And what he did is he taught the world to invest in women. And he gave us 5 reasons why we should invest in women. And I'm going to suggest that those 5 reasons are the same reasons that we should invest in migrapreneurs. Women make better use of small loans than men. Women have a better track record when it comes to repayment. They're a huge untapped labour pool, and they have a right to access, and they have the right to access capital. And in fact, what Yunus uncovered is that women who received the loans were adopting a healthier lifestyle, educated their kids better, and actually lifted themselves and others out of poverty. So I have 1 minute left. So I'm now working for a 50-year-old not-for-profit called New Horizons, and I'm running an accelerator for social impact startups. And in short, the founders were a group of parents that had kids in mental institutions in the 1950s and 60s, and they did a joint venture in 1967 with BP. So if you think like that you can't be an entrepreneur, think again. And my call out to you is that if you come from the lived experience, you are going to be one of the most powerful entrepreneurs on this planet. So I won't talk any more about that, but I am one of the co-founders of Techfugees, and I am wearing Refugee Talent's t-shirt. And Refugee Talent, you can ask me about it later, because I'm sure I'm running out of time. So to progress, what are the key attributes that you need to have to succeed? The first 2 I learned from a film director that I knew in my 20s at SBS called Franco Di Chiara. Actually the first and third. And I remember saying to him, what does it take to make it in the film industry? And he said, passion and persistence. So that's certainly something that has never left me, and it is so true, because there's a lot of talented people that do not succeed, but those with passion and persistence are the ones that can actually pull through. In my humble opinion, you need purpose, and in this crazy world, it's an increasingly important attribute to have, is for your startup or your enterprise to have purpose. And finally, you need resilience, because you do get knocked down, and you do get knocked back, and you do get called crazy, and you do get told that your idea is stupid and that you will achieve nothing. But also know that all those people I showed you on a former slide were also told those things, as were all the tech gurus that we know about. But without these qualities, I think that the world is a lesser place. And I'm going to steal something from Victor Dominello that he said when we first brought him to Fishburners to meet the entrepreneurs. And he was right then. Through you, we will change the world. Because what my experience is in 30 years of public service and working for not-for-profits is that we need people like you to start solving those problems, because those sectors are no longer viably solving anything. So thank you for the opportunity, and please, please, please come and talk to me after. Thank you.
Another round of applause for Anne-Marie, please. Thank you. Awesome. All right, so now we're going to get into gear. And we're going to start with elevator pitches, right? A lot of these people here who are going to do an elevator pitch maybe did not go to an elevator and actually learn how to pitch. But they went out there to talk to their customers. They tried to sort of validate a problem they're trying to solve. They tried to come up with a solution. And then that led to them standing here today and telling you a bit about it. what I would request from all of you is to try to be really, really quiet, because some of these people, they have not pitched in front of an audience before. So we want you to encourage them. We want you to sort of be really quiet so everyone can hear what they have to say, especially people at the back. But before we do that, can I quickly have a raise of hand if you can hear me? Awesome, that's great. Cool. So the first person who's going to come up is Francisco.
Thank you, Usman. Good evening. I'm Francisco from Z Learning. So last December, my daughter asked me to teach her how to become a YouTuber. But I didn't know how. And then I realized, maybe this is the job of the future. Fun, flexible, and fast money. At Z Learning, we're helping to solve the skills gap problem of the future of work. We do this by creating an online coaching platform that connects tutors and students that are Gen Z. Currently, we have 10 students who are willing to test the platform, and I have 3 tutors who are willing to join and teach the students. My ask for today is for you, tutors and students, to try my platform. If you want to learn more about Z Learning and Z skills, come and visit me at my booth. I'm Francisco, and I'm from Z Learning. Thank you.
Thanks, Francisco. Thank you. What a fantastic project. Lana, do you want to come up and share what you're up to?
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good? All right. My name is Lana. I'm the founder of Metaflow. Can I get a show of hands? How many of you get stressed out on a daily basis? Wow, that's a lot of you. Well, you're not alone. A lot of us get stressed out. And actually, a survey by Headspace showed that over 80% of university students are stressed. And that's a really high number. Literally 4 out of 5 students are stressed. That's why we used university student as our beachhead market. By now you might say, what is even Metaflow? So Metaflow, it's a platform that takes a preventative approach towards mental health through collecting data, using AI, and personalizing a learning experience. So we are looking to get connected to mental health experts, youth organizations, or even if you're stressed out and you want to have a chat, just come say hello. Thank you.
Thanks, Lana. Thank you. All right. Bashir, want to come up?
Hi guys, I'm Bashir from Business Graphics. I work in the design and print industry for the last 9 years. Design industry for small businesses is clunky and broken. Trust me. It's a nightmare to deal with the designers and small business owners. On an average, it takes about 3 meetings, 20 emails, 10 reversions, 5 phone calls, SMS, 5 gig attachment to complete a job. And it doesn't end there. Imagine a solution where you upload all your boring business details just once. Hire your designer or fire your designer whenever you like. You are in control, you run the show. That's business graphics. All I ask now is all the small business owners visit my website, businessgraphics.com.au, and register your details so I can share my free trial program. Thank you.
Good job. I think we've all faced that problem with design. This is my design, as you can probably see. It's a bit all over the place. Kunal, you want to come up next?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kunal from quickly.tech. Please raise your hand if you have used Slack. that is nice. And our aim is to make your team communication more efficient and natural through voice. We are building a voice-first team communication tool using the basic principles of walkie-talkie and push-to-talk. As of today, we have a very basic prototype ready, and we have 2 asks from you. If you have experience in developing a walkie-talkie kind of app, please help us in developing further, and we would request few early adopters to test our prototype. Kunal from quickly.tech. Thank you.
We're gonna do a bit of a shift in order. So Shakaik, do you want to come first?
Hello everyone, my name is Shakaik Rezai and I'm from Director. So 5 years ago when I came to Australia, I had such a hard time resettling down because I didn't speak the language and I didn't know anyone. And this was a problem my friends and my families faced. However, after a while, I realized there is an abundance of services that provide help for people that are new to Australia, but we had no idea about any of them. This is the problem that we are solving at Director, an online multilingual platform that connects migrants and refugees to services, education, training, and employment, social engagement opportunities to help them resettle. We have developed our website and are now seeking partnerships with organizations that help refugees. So my ask is, if you know anyone or any organizations that help the newly arrived migrants and refugees, just connect them to me. If you have any questions, you would like to know more about us, please just come visit me. We're at the back. Thank you so much.
Last, but definitely not the least, Amar Mohammed, the 2 amazing aunties. Can we please have you up?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. So this is Auntie Mohammed, and I'm Auntie Omar from 2 Boys and Saris. We are a budding catering business looking to evolve into a social enterprise. Our mission is to engage the senses of our patrons through food, art, and performance to send a message of love and equality. It's very important to us to create spaces for other migrant LGBTQI kids like ourselves to find community and express themselves. We hope to do this one day in the form of a food truck, so we're looking for allies, accomplices, and collaborators to come on board as well. We'd love to invite you to come in and have a cup of chai with us in Auntie's drawing room. It's just at the end to the right. We'd love to see you there.
And that's about it. Yes. No, you guys have to come, have some chai with the aunties and help us take the message of equality forward. We need you to come and have some conversation with us. Let's start the conversation. Thank you.
Awesome. How inspiring. Just these amazing migrapreneurs, solving everything from sort of day-to-day design issues to communication to just casually helping people of color from LGBT backgrounds and connecting all the sort of migrants and refugees to support services. Just phenomenal. Now we're going to go into sort of more serious startup pitches. And I say serious because they're longer. And what I mean by that is that these guys are going to be up here for a long time. You might not feel that it's long, but for them, when they're up there, it feels like a massive time. So I really want you to support them. I really want you to make sure that you encourage them and you help build them up. Our sort of first person going is Pascal from JobSpotter.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'd like you guys to have a look at the slide for a moment. Can you put the mic a little bit further away? Sure. Better? Okay. Better? Okay, now focus on the slide, please. Thank you. Okay. On the left side, you see what I think I do as a backpacker, and on the right side, you see what I really do as a backpacker. And for those of you who don't know what the right picture is, that's a typical backpacker meal: 2-minute noodles, a box of headache, and on the right side, you see the guy who is just digesting this heavy meal. I'm Pascal, the CEO and co-founder of JobSpotter, and I'm also a passionate backpacker myself. Today, I'm going to tell you what exactly we are doing with JobSpotter and what's the future. Let's start with the problem. We have Jackson. Jackson is a restaurant manager, and he received about 160 applications for his last job ad. But Jackson is busy, so he just had a look at the first 10, maybe 20 applications. On the other side, we have Fernanda. Fernanda would have had the perfect skill set for this job, but unfortunately, her application wasn't within the first 20. So Jackson doesn't even know about her, and she still has to eat 2-minute noodles and drink goon. So we have two sides. Thank you. So we have two sides looking for each other, but no easy way to match them. And this is not just for backpackers and hospitality. This also applies to students in farming and construction industry. So there are at the moment 3 ways we're thinking about to earn money. There's the monthly subscription, then okay, there's a slide missing. It doesn't matter. There's monthly subscription, per job placement, and advertisement and partnerships. But that's just theory. How about telling you a few facts? No, that was a mistake. So how are we going to solve this problem? We're going to do a pre-selection for Jackson so he can concentrate on his daily business. And we're going to find a job for Fernanda so she has a job she really likes and keep living the lifestyle she's looking for. And that all within our beautiful designed app. So now we have the business model I've already told you about. But that's just the theory. So how about telling you a few facts? Within less than 6 months, we were able to match about 70 backpackers into jobs they really enjoy so they can live the lifestyle they're looking for. We have about 100 employers interested in working with us because they like the service. Some of them already got back to us the 3rd time. And we were able to manage over 1,000 applications. And again, this is within less than 6 months and manually. But what's next for JobSpotter? Next month, we're going to launch our applications. By the mid of the year, we're opening a seed round. End of the year, we're aiming for 1,000 monthly active users. And next year, by the mid of the year, we're going to launch in New Zealand. So like what we are doing, you can be part of this journey and introduce us to early stage VCs and business angels, and also to employers in hospitality, construction, and in farming. Here a bit about the team. That's me. I'm the CEO. I've been traveling for more than 2 years in Australia myself. Then we have Marcus. He's the CTO. He has background of 8 years as a developer. And Kilian, the CMO, he has about 6 years experience in sales and marketing. So come to me and have a chat and help us to make casual jobs easier.
Thanks, Pascal. Yeah, it's fantastic. Like in 6 months, they've put 70 people to work. It's phenomenal. Now, we'll go forward to Gift Scout. Gift Scout, and Nadine, you want to come up? You want to tell us everything about what Gift Scout does? This is my personal favorite.
Thanks. So, February 14th, a day full of love and very high expectations. Just like the ones that I had a month ago. It was my first Valentine's as an engaged woman. And so you can imagine how excited I was, wondering what my fiancé had in plan for me, knowing all well he is in Perth and I am in Melbourne. But I put my mind to what I do the best, and I thought, let me think of a gift for him. I thought, what does my fiancé love the most? And the answer is money. And so, straight away, I knew what I was going to get him. I was going to get him the best leather wallet that Melbourne makes. And to throw in something sweet, I put in our photos. And just for fun, I sent him money with his face on it, and I said it was for our wedding. Now, do you want to know what he got me? Flowers and a card, which were super sweet, but also the most generic gift idea. And so we had to sit and have a talk. And, and so before we blame men for being unthoughtful and women for being ungrateful, let's address the real problem here. And this is it. Whether you go in store or online, as a gift shopper, both avenues are actually literally engineered to trap us in there, spending as much time and money as possible, which is the exact opposite of what you want to do as a gift shopper. And that's why I've created Gift Scout. It's the only gifting search engine that provides men with curated gift ideas that women love. So, thank you. So it works very simply. You come to the website, answer a few questions, and based on your answers, we're going to curate some gift ideas for you. Once you find a gift you like, you will find everything you need in there to make a decision. So that includes delivery and logistics, why she's going to love it, so the woman's voice, and also tips and hints around how to present the idea. So you pay nothing to use the service. So far, we've partnered with 82 stores and growing, and they pay us between 2 and 30% commission, not just for the sale, but for the duration of the cookie, which can last up to 60 days. So we found that men at different stages of relationships have different needs. So early stage relationships don't know where to begin. Whereas later stage relationships have confessed to buying the same gift over and over again because they forgot they bought it previously. So we know this works. Our very first sale we actually made off of a Google presentations mock-up. Our second sale we made by email, and our third sale was last month in our Valentine's edition. So this is what the future looks like for us. We're going to take the next month to build something for Mother's Day. We're going to use all the learnings and go mobile, and so you can anticipate that in a month. For the rest of the year, we're available for your birthdays, anniversaries, and occasions. And our big launch is going to be in September for Christmas, so it's very exciting. And we're doing all of this just to learn and grow. Okay, I'm meant to go the other way. Okay, so what I want to tell you is men gifting women is a tiny portion of a huge industry that we're building the engine to help you navigate. And what I want you to do is to visit this link or QR code and let us help you with your next occasion. Thank you.
Yeah, this is the biggest problem that I have, so I really like this startup. Tom and Matthias, these are going to talk about Rentable. Before they come up, one of the things I want to mention is these guys had a phenomenal go at their startup, but they've decided to pause it and actually not continue with it at the moment. But they still decided to pitch, which takes a lot of guts and courage. So I really want to sort of give them a round of applause before they come up.
So I am Tom, this is Matthias from Rentable. Rentable is a peer-to-peer rental app for things. The problem we are trying to solve is people have only one option when it comes to acquiring things, and it's to buy them. What we're trying to do is give them another option, which is sharing their stuff, connecting owners and renters to access to different things anytime on demand. So our journey so far has been, we started back in February 2017. I saw myself putting a tent, sleeping bags, air mattress on a cardboard saying, maybe someone could use this rather than being sitting there for 1 year until I use them again. So we did some research, thought about a catchy name, We got it rentable, and started working on an app because that was our first idea. We didn't have much knowledge, to be honest. July 2017, we took a plane to New Zealand, met our developers. We decided to go there because we knew the company and because of the cost, to be honest. We had a quote here for 160 grand for just an MVP. Luckily, we didn't choose Upster. Back in February 2018, we had done our homework. We got a design, a logo, everything, trademark, terms and conditions, everything was done, but the app wasn't ready. So we started struggling with developers first time. It was a hard time for us. July 2018, our motivation was on the floor, app wasn't ready yet, struggling again. September 2018, breakthrough, we joined Catalysr. Thank you, Usman. Yeah. We met Ryan Cross. He helped us go out to market and test the process manually. We ended up doing around 20 transactions in a month, hooking up people that wanted surfboards, skateboards, trestle tables, chairs, gazebos, all sort of things to rent them out. Today, where are we at? Our MVP is ready, a hybrid iOS and Android app, but we decided to take a step back, think what we're doing, and come back stronger in a few months' time. We have learned a lot of lessons, but there's two that are very important for us. The first one is to prototype, test, and learn before going into an app development. The second one is the life of a founder is a roller coaster. But, well, everyone says that, but you have to live it, right? We want to ask you to stay connected with us because we are not leaving. We're just taking some time off. We're going to come back stronger, for sure. Thank you very much.
Sorry. One more thing I want to add to Tom. The reason we are doing this is to reduce the amount of waste going to landfill. So we are both very eco-friendly, thinking about the environment. So reducing the way that people buy things against consumerism and then just throwing out things after 2 years. So that's our main mission. So we'll come back, like Tom said. We're not stopping here.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, guys. As I said, it takes a lot of courage to actually come up here and talk about the fact that you're taking a break. We really need to normalize this conversation in the startup ecosystem. Hence, we decided that we wanted to give these guys an opportunity to come up. Next one, we've got Robert. Robert, who's going to talk about green grid energy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Robert from Green Grid Energy. Imagine you are coming from work, you're tired, you're sitting on your couch and you're watching TV, family dinner is cooking, and you have a mobile phone beside you, and all of a sudden, this happens. This is going to mean we are going to have a late dinner. Your mobile phone, probably by tomorrow, it won't be fully charged. And the exciting TV program you're watching is over for you. This is a problem that is recurring in Zimbabwe, where I come from. And it is the same thing with 120 million other households in sub-Saharan Africa. They are connected to the grid, yes, but the service is very poor. What are the problems that is causing this? The utilities are totally overwhelmed. Besides the demand outstripping supply, we have normal wear and tear and vandalism of infrastructure causing millions of dollars worth of damage per annum. It is on this background that Green Grid Energy is building energy markets in the developing world through our peer-to-peer energy sharing platform. We hope to incentivize people to participate in the energy sector. This is going to lower our electricity bills and they're going to make, this is going to make the electricity more available for everyone to use. And the demand from the utilities, demand response from the utilities is going to be much improved. The overall result is a sustainable energy future. The current competition is mainly global, and it is based on blockchain technology. This is not very practical in the developing world because of the poor infrastructure. This means our competition's share of the market is a bit smaller than ours because we can do both the developing and the developed world. Also, we are building smart grid components that are specifically designed for this particular market. This means it is going to be more affordable for people in the developing world to install solar systems compared to those that are within the developed world. Those are our advantage. We have been with our Catalysr, which is just finishing. We have validated our product and our unique value proposition. We are with the Cyro On program. This is a startup, hardware startup program. We have done our technical research. We are in a position to begin the prototyping stage, simulations, and so forth. We will be starting with Energy Lab in the coming month, where we believe we should be able to finish our prototype and do some site installations, site testing of our product. Currently, there are only two of us. We are both electrical engineers, and some of the labor, some of the work that is required there is a bit off us. So we are looking for a computer systems engineer to come and complicate our skill set. We are also looking for connections, especially those with expertise. Please come and join us, create a sustainable future for the developing world. Thank you.
Great job, Robert. It's a very, very worthwhile project. And absolutely the advantage that they have is that they, like Robert has lived that whole problem and understands how the whole sort of grid network works in Zimbabwe and in sub-Saharan Africa. We've got Tom and Laura with the Yogi Birth, who you might have seen at Fishburners maybe 2-3 weeks ago. They're back again, even more stronger.
Hello, I'm Tom. I'm the co-founder of Yogi Birth, a platform for supporting mental health during pregnancy and parenthood. Now, before I explain what it is that we do, I'd first like to explain how we came to be. And to do that, I'd like to tell you Laura's story. Laura is my co-founder. She's also a midwife. And over the last 15 years, she's had the privilege of being at thousands of births all over the world. And over that time, she's picked up on one alarming observation. Fear of childbirth appears to be on the rise. Now, why is this a problem? Because medical research shows that fear of childbirth not only can lead to longer labors and higher rates of medical intervention during birth, but it also places women at 3 times greater risk of postnatal depression. Now, follow-on research looking to understand this fear has actually brought to the surface an unlikely hero in the form of pregnancy yoga, which has now scientifically been shown to be a viable, non-clinical solution to this problem, which is something that Laura's observations support in abundance. Now, this has led to a seed being planted. What if you could combine the philosophy of yoga with the science of birth, and then use that to build a platform to support both women and their partners in building more self-belief, reducing anxiety, and improving overall birthing outcomes? Reflecting back on Laura's career, both as a midwife and as a yoga teacher, combined with my background in having taken a startup to scale up, YogiBirth was born. Now that brings us back to today and what we're here to do. At YogiBirth, we want to help reduce the risk of postnatal depression through increasing access to online pregnancy and parenthood yoga. Now, some of you in the audience may be thinking, that must already be a saturated market. Believe it or not, there is actually only 2 direct major competitors in the Western market, both of which are still at seed level, neither of which provide their content via an app. This is a huge market, one which we're looking to break down and initially target our beachhead, which is city living, Gen Y, pregnant females who practice yoga. Now, please believe me when I say that at some point in the next few years, you will see a dominant player emerging from this market in the form of a well-funded, app-based pregnancy yoga offering. And it is absolutely our goal to be that player. Thank you. Which is why we've positioned ourselves as the first app-based pregnancy and parenthood yoga studio to be created by a midwife with partner-inclusive content and trimester-specific classes. Our revenue model is based on monthly and annual subscriptions, as well as one-time payment for premium content, and a percentage of our profits will be going to support mental health charities during pregnancy. So, what have we been up to so far? We've agreed a research partnership with UTS. We've partnered with a FTSE 250 company for grants. We've surveyed 123 pregnant women, and we're currently out for prototype testing with a target launch date of August this year. Which leads us to our 2 asks. The first is we're looking for digital marketing expertise to help us promote our product. And the second is we're looking for introductions to seed investors to help push this out to market. If either of these 2 things sound like something you would really enjoy being involved in, please do come find us over there afterwards. Thank you very much.
Well done, mate. Well done. So we've gone through half of the sort of longer version of the pitches. Initially, we scheduled in a break, but given they're all sitting so harmoniously, I don't want to disturb you. I want all of you guys to stand up. I know, I'm contradicting myself. I want you to stand up, and I want you to take a deep breath in and out. Take another deep breath in and out. And one final time, take a deep breath in and out. Please stretch. Stretch as much as you can in the sort of your own comfort zone. All right, we're not going to do yoga. And please take your seats. Thank you. All right. So our next pitch is by Devon at HR Partner. Devon, do you want to come up to the stage? Awesome. Okay.
Thank you. Hope we're all awake. Hi, my name is Devon, and I'm the founder of HR Partner. I've spent the last 25 years installing payroll and accounting systems for hundreds of small businesses across Australia. And in all that time, I've found a common thread with all the businesses that I visited, and that everyone hates HR. I mean, nobody wants to talk to Toby or Pam, the HR managers, do they? But let me, on a more serious note, something that's personal to me is my wife used to work for a large community service organisation years ago when our son was still a toddler. And one day our son was actually quite ill, and she needed to take some time off to go to the doctors and care for him. But by the time she went to the payroll and found out how many days leave she had, and then went back to her boss to actually ask for leave, and then the boss approved it and everything else, a couple of days went past and our son's health actually got worse. Another story is my young nephew is actually an electrical apprentice with a large construction firm back home. And one day the operations manager just forgot to file an important piece of paperwork for one of the engineers. And the engineer went out on site, did a job, unfortunately made a mistake which cost thousands of dollars, but the insurance company wouldn't cover it because he was technically out of qualification because the paperwork wasn't submitted. So what we realize is a lot of small businesses out there are just drowning in employee data and paperwork, and systems and processes are broken. And sadly, a lot of small businesses that actually do need an HR system just don't implement one because they're scared of the cost and they're scared of the complexity. So what we decided to do was use all my experience to build from the ground up an HR system that's going to be so easy to use that even a non-HR trained manager could just hop in and get working straight away. And employees could also jump in and start to actually work in the system as well. It would do all the things that you expect from an HR system. I mean, it would do leave approvals in minutes rather than days, and you would never miss a reminder using our system. And it would, it's cloud-based, so it'll run on the internet, and it'll run on anything from a desktop PC right down to a smartphone. So there's lots of HR systems out there, so I mean, why us? So why are we different? I think there's actually three main factors for us. A is our top-class support. Like, we've got 5-star ratings on our support since day one. Also, we're not location-specific. We're open and able to be configured for any country. In fact, we've got users all over the world, and a lot of our competitors are very region-specific. The third and most important thing is that we've got a really fast, agile development stream, so that we often get a customer request that comes to us, and if we think it's good enough for all our other customers, we can develop it, test it, and deploy it to production within an hour, which is something our competitors just can't do. I said we're worldwide, and this is actually a snapshot from our Intercom support database showing where our customers are located all over the world at the moment. And I've also put some testimonials on there from my Capterra page, so you can see that people actually love using our system, they're happy with it, and they're loyal customers. We make money via a monthly or annual subscription, which works out to around about $3 per employee per month. But we supplement that with training packages and also some extra consulting services around our platform. We've currently got about 32 customers, including a division of the United Nations using our system. We manage over 1,200 employees in our system, and we've got thousands of reminders and leave event request approvals processed in our system. We still maintain our 5-star support rating, and we're up to about $2,000 a month in recurring revenue. Where we want to go is actually raise some seed funding in a couple of months to actually hire more salespeople and more developers so that we can actually 10x our revenue over the next 12 months to about $10,000, actually $20,000 a month. And to do that, we need an introduction to VC firms and advisors who actually specialize in the HR space. And also, if anybody here runs a business with 50 to 150 employees, please come and sign up for a trial with us and let us know what you think of our system. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Devin. This was great. I also don't want to talk to Toby. I agree with that piece. Okay, Tawfiq. He's our resident rocket scientist. We're going to come and have it for chat.
Hi everyone, my name is Tawfiq and I'm from Spiral Blue. At Spiral Blue, we do space edge computing. Reducing water use and measuring yield. Planning a new suburb or a new road. Measuring the output of an oil well. Or mapping the effect of a flood. Now, these are all very disparate areas. What do they have to do with each other? Turns out there's one piece of technology that can actually help with each of these areas, and it's called Earth observation satellites. But the Earth observation satellites of today are a bit like the old mainframe computers of the 60s and 70s. Slow, limited, not many people can use them. Eventually we got smartphones, which are great. Anyone can develop an app, as we've seen so far today. But satellites, what can we do to get satellites to that? It took 40, 50 years for computers to get to that state. We can't wait that long for satellites. There are too many problems facing the world today. Turns out there's only one part you need to change on a satellite to give it the same capability as a smartphone. We call this part Space Edge. This is our prototype, Space Edge 0, with a banana for scale. It's about this big. That's the one part we need to change Earth observation satellites forever. And this is what it can do. Today, you might need 20 satellites to monitor an area or provide a certain result. With Space Edge, a satellite can do the work of 20 today. the numbers on this are pretty obvious. It's a 20 times cost reduction on satellites today. This is the team building Space Edge. I'm obviously a rocket scientist. What else would I be? And my co-founder is an AI scientist and just a genius at rapid prototyping AI and machine learning systems. We've also been through a few early stage startup programs and are beginning to build out our advisory team. To date, we actually really came together September last year, and in that time, we've pitched to Defense and the Maritime Border Command, and actually demonstrated our ship detection AI, and have submitted a proposal and expect to hear back from them in the next few months, hopefully with a contract. We've also signed some early stage agreements, including a letter of interest with a US satellite company, as well as some Australian space startups. And we're also looking at some international collaborations, and have now completed the design of our first prototype. With this design, we are now going to begin construction. We have parts coming in, we've had parts coming in the past few days, and we should have a design prototype completed in the next few months. Beyond this, we need to do some testing, especially with radiation, at the Australian Nuclear Science Test Organization. And beyond that, a launch as soon as April 2021. But this is a bit slow for us. This is why I'm raising $120,000 to get us into space April next year. Let's make it happen.
If you want to meet the next Elon Musk, you're sitting right here. All right, Davide from Click, you want to come up?
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Okay, my name is David, and I'm the founder of Click.com. I would like to start this pitch actually with two questions for every one of you. The first one is if you feel like I do, overwhelm of information in this nowadays world. We're bombarded with information. And the second one is if you feel you're not really efficient and organized when you actually save all your information. 6 months ago, I started in this direction. So basically, I made this question to myself. And yes, I feel overwhelmed of information. And yes, I felt like I couldn't organize my information efficiently and productively. We are in this situation because today we live in a world with 4 billion people connected to the web. Means half of the population is actually connected to the web. Is a lot of people there. And in 60 seconds, this is what happens in the web every day. We have 3.7 million Google research. We have 170,000 posts in Instagram. We have 3.7 million YouTube video watched every 60 seconds. And this every year is growing. Today, guys, we live in a world where the type of information are different. We live in a world with different sources of information. Therefore, we have to organize it. We think we have the solution. The solution is Click.com. How we do that? We are re-engineering the way of save online information. Our mission is to organize and connect your web information. Organize and connect. How we do that? Very simple. First of all, when you save a link or a click, how we call it, is visual and interactive. Visual because each link has to be easy to identify, and interactive because you can take it, share it, comment, notify, and whatever you want to do with a link. Second of all, we connect. We basically Click is social. We can start to follow our friends, our mentor, our boss, whatever is it, to actually start to discover what they like to share. What they like to share as an article, as a magazine, as a YouTube video, as a mentoring video, as a startup. This is just a image of the current beta version that we are live. Very two simple step, create an account and start to organize your stuff more efficiently. Second of all, start to scroll the homepage as a normal Facebook or Instagram and start to connect with people. About the company, about us. 6 months ago, we started Catalysr. We are now in 6 months in beta version, and we are proud to say we have 100 users and 520 clicks. But guys, we want to grow. We want to grow. We're starting now that we are in beta, the investment round in March. And obviously, we plan to finish the desktop view in 3 months, and in 6 months, launch the app. Long term, we want to get big. We want to get global. This is the team. So if you see one of us around, you can ask more information. And we are on the table on the left. They ask for the night. To ask for the night, please. To all the users, give us a try. From now on, instead of sending you email, do photos, I don't know, saving Facebook, try to organize your stuff using click.com. Give us a try. We are in beta. We are growing from here. Second of all, to all venture capitalists, obviously we start in March now the journey, and please come to see us. Last one, how we feel as an organization. Someone said to me, I dream too big. I usually reply, you think too small. This is how we are. We dream big. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you. Yeah, so if you want to save your information or all the links and clicks, definitely go to click.com. Now we've got a husband and wife couple, Prem and Misha, who are going to come and talk about their product, National Partner.
Prem, what are you watching? It's my MKR time.
I know. I'm just on a documentary called War on Waste. It's in ABC. It's a very interesting documentary. It's mainly talking about how much plastic waste has been generated in all the households.
Interesting. Plastic is a huge problem. It is a national conversation, but I think there are already a lot of solutions that's being addressed global level. What are you thinking?
You know, about 8 million tons of plastic has been dumped into our oceans, hurting our marine life. And I think we might have a solution just to kind of, not the whole problem, solve it, but we can address at least a bit of that.
Well, Prem, I think this is the wrong timing. We have a toddler already keeping us busy. We work full time, and I don't think we have more time for the startup.
That's true. We don't have time, but you know, we should put some time, effort into it, and try and get to a solution to this. It's a small solution. Let's try.
So, what are you thinking? Can you, tell me? I'm listening.
All right. So, can you see the plate right in front of us? We used it in India for the party.
Yes, this is the same plate. It's made of areca leaf. Is that right?
That's true. It's a fallen leaf. Just picked up, washed, and given a hot press, heat press. It's as simple as that. It has minimal industrial processing.
Yes.
Sustainable.
Yes, I must say I was very impressed with this when we used that. It's sturdy, natural, and the fact that we don't have to cut down the trees to make these is a huge plus. So. But Prem, hang on a sec. There are already alternatives out there in the market. We have sugarcane-based products and cornstarch. And how is this going to be unique?
As I said, it's fallen leaf, it's sustainable, it's cost-effective. Sugarcane and cornstarch, they're high on emission, and it's high on cost too.
Yes, that is true. I am convinced. So, what are we doing? So, let's make it happen.
So this was the conversation we had probably 6 months ago before we started Natural Pana, and so we started with an idea of starting Natural Pana. We joined Catalysr, who helped us with customer validation. Then we went to do some customer surveys where we found people are really interested in organic stuff or natural stuff, sustainable. We have signed up with 2 contractors in India, and we are expecting a shipment by end of May.
We've achieved a lot, Prem, I think. Now let's say if we continue to do things right, where do you think we'll be in next 5 years?
So by end of December, we should be selling the whole shipment what we have. And by end of 2025, let's achieve Australia-wide sales in all the supermarkets, food vendors, and also event organizers, if you have any here.
Great, I'm really excited. Now guys, what we would like you to do tonight is to fill this product, take a photo. If you've already not on your Instagram since last 4 minutes, then please get on Instagram and tag us on Natural Panna. And please don't forget to visit our store. We're right there, and we've got some free samples for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I keep one of their plates? Awesome. This is an amazing plate. Awesome. Last but certainly not the least, we have Mahib. Maybe do you want to come and talk about your product?
Good evening, Assalamu alaikum, namaste, swadikap, everyone. My name is Mohib, and I'm the founder of the Pluralist Watches. Now, before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land and pay my respect to the elders, past, present, and emerging. Did you know there were over 250 spoken indigenous languages in Australia? And today, there are more than 100. Around the world, can you, sir, guess how many languages there are and scripts? There are over 6,500 languages that are spoken all around the world. Wristwatches are primarily produced in 2 languages, English and Roman. These 2 languages use the Latin script. But what about the 4.6 billion other people who speak a different language and use a different script? The wristwatch industry today does not cater to the market. I know this problem firsthand. As a migrapreneur, I'm originally from Bangladesh. And in Bangladesh, we speak Bengali. There are more than 266 million people who speak Bengali. And yet, when I went to look for a wristwatch in that language using the script, I couldn't find any. So, I came down to Sydney, and I surveyed over 200 people. And I asked them, what language would you prefer if you had the option? 70% of the respondents told me that they would prefer a language other than English or Roman. So, who are these people? Who are our target customers? I call them cultural pioneers. A cultural pioneer is someone like Kelly. Kelly is young, she's single, she's independent. She lives in Parramatta. Her best friend is from India, and her housemate is from China. In Australia, there are 291,000 people like Kelly. And in our closest neighbor, Indonesia, there are more than 1.6 million like Kelly. So this market is huge. And after we ran the numbers, we found that globally, the total addressable market is worth $10 billion. So I created the Pluralist Watches. The Pluralist Watches, the world's first wristwatch that showcases the diversity, languages, and scripts of the modern world. Our watches are entry-level wristwatches designed to highlight the script and the numerals in order to raise awareness of the languages that are spoken all around the world. We want to appeal to your sense of identity and awareness. We do not have any direct competitors because nobody creates watches in a different language. I launched the Pluralist back in 2017. And till now, we've had traction. We've sold over 100 plus units. We've donated over $500 to an Australian charity. We are a social business. For every sale, we donate $5 to a local Australian charity. and we have launched 3 different languages. So why am I here today? The Pluralist was bootstrapped by myself. I'm here today to meet with investors and advisors and mentors who have expertise in retail, in e-commerce, contacts with supply chain management managers, as well as distributors. At the end of this year, we would like to release 3 more languages. And also in September, we would like to fundraise. So I urge you to come and visit my stall there, feel and touch the product, and have a conversation. Thank you, shukriya, kapun kap, dhonnobad for your attention and time.
Well done. Phenomenal. That was really, really good. All right, before we go to the next stage, I want to bring up everyone who pitched tonight. Can you all come up on stage? Come on up. Everyone, all the Migrapreneurs, stand up here. Yeah, go, Bashir, go to the front. Awesome. Just look at these guys. What an amazing collection of human beings. Done such a fantastic job. Can we have another round of applause, please? Thank you. Awesome. Well done. Well done. We're very, very proud of you. You can grab your certificates as you're walking down, and you've finally officially finished the Catalysr program. Congratulations. Keep going down. Great. Awesome. Come on. Well done. Awesome. All right, guys, can we make it really, really quick? And while they're getting their certificates, the work we do is absolutely impossible without our supporters and our partners and our sponsors. So as I mentioned, Fishburners in the beginning, they've been amazing for giving us the space. We have a lot more supporters and partners that I unfortunately can't name everyone. But so our main supporters are CGU Insurance, and we've got Jen here, CGU, Westpac Foundation, we had Susan, and we have Helen, and a few others sort of representing here, AMP. I think we might have Emma, or someone else, Lauren maybe, somewhere in the back. Vasudhara Foundation, Element 8 Ventures, we're a new co-working space. They've sort of given us very generously a co-working space to work out of. And AWS, who are the sponsors for tonight's event, and they sort of provided you pizzas and amazing drinks and stuff. But before we sort of finish, I also want to hear from Jen, because CGU has been involved with us, and IAG particularly has been involved with us for the past couple of years as our partners. And Jen has been very closely involved, and she wanted to tell you a bit about the work that they do, and in collaboration with Catalysr. You want to come up, Jen? Awesome.
Thanks so much, Usman. And I'd like to also acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that we're meeting on today, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and show my respect to their elders past, present, and emerging. Thank you, Usman, for inviting me to come and share with you today. CGU and the parent company IAG, who I work for and represent tonight, are really proud to partner with Catalysr. We have since 2016, and in their really ambitious mission to create 10,000 jobs in 10 years is pretty incredible. As a bit of background as to why IAG and CGU partners with Catalysr, really we see our role, we're the largest general insurer in Australia and New Zealand, and really we see our role as going past just insurance and about not just about transferring risk, but really how can we help to prevent and to build resilience in communities, and particularly around building connection and the resilience of communities and how they can prepare for and deal with anything that happens. So we embarked on some work and met Usman and many others a while ago to understand that a bit more and what role we could play in helping to create safer communities. And we know through that and through talking with many of you as well over that time, that belonging and connection and also that avenues to employment and being able to participate in the economy is such an important part of that, which really led us to working with Catalysr in the first place. So through the partnership, we've worked in a few different ways, obviously supporting the cohorts and the amazing migrapreneurs who participate in the programs, but also, I guess, through our employees and some of our people who are here today as well, providing mentoring to some of the migrapreneurs in this last round of, or cohort of migrapreneurs that we've seen tonight. And providing some of our space, as well as working, the CGU Migrant Small Business Report was released last year, which really highlighted, as Usman spoke about earlier today, the important role that migrants and refugees play in the Australian economy and in building small businesses and the role that that plays in employment and in the prosperity of our country. So Usman and others were able to support in that and actually wrote the foreword of that report when it was released to share that more broadly. So yeah, just really wanted to say congratulations to all of the migrapreneurs. I learnt plenty tonight. I can certainly say that having previously worked in HR, it is a very well-disliked profession. And also might need to talk with Yogi Birth as I'm expecting my first child in the coming months. So yeah, thank you for having us, and we're really proud to have partnered and to continue to partner with Catalysr in the amazing work you do. So thank you.
Thank you, Jen. And we're not finished yet. So we have a few more thank yous to do, and then we've got a couple of other things. Yes, you can. So yeah, before we sort of go and do that, we want to sort of thank our team, particularly our EIRs, our entrepreneurs in residence who've really been with entrepreneurs day in, day out, really supporting them. So we've got Paula, we've got Ian, Ankita, Ryan, Rosary, Joan, and Rai, who've made a fantastic contribution. Where are the EIRs? Can I get you guys to stand up? Can we please give them a massive round of applause? Guys. They're not paid, they've volunteered their time, and they've done an incredible job, as you can see tonight. But particularly one person who I really want to thank is this person right here, Chelsea. She's the one who's made this event possible. We literally would not be in this room if Chelsea wasn't a part of the team. I cannot even pull off an event with like 10 people in it. So Chelsea's the one who's organized everything. She's been around. She's done amazing work as a community manager for Catalysr. And obviously, we're not going to forget all our amazing mentors who've been a part of the journey, from CGU Insurance to a whole bunch of other people. Megan's sitting there, Ellen sitting in the back, and a whole bunch of mentors who I might not be able to name everyone. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. And we've also got quite a few volunteers running around, you might be able to see, who are sort of at the front desk, who are also taking photos, doing an amazing job. We've got Vahab, Tahir, we've got Sarah, we've got, Bhagav, and there was another person who I'm forgetting. Yes, Kayla right there. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, guys. You're doing a fantastic job. Thank you. But now, there's a couple of things we want to announce. One is, so about a year and a half ago, we did this experiment around saying, how do we actually reach a broader number of people, right? So we've got a lot of people in this room who really want to support migrapreneurs and want to tell these stories, but actually, there's the whole of Australia who really want to reach. And so we experimented with a couple of podcast episodes, and I'm really excited to announce that we're officially launching our podcast, Migrapreneur Stories, tonight. It will cover some amazing stories of migrapreneurs, both successful that have been here in Australia for a long period of time, as well as some of our alumni who are doing great work. And that's something that you can share with everyone. So it's online now. We've released the first 3 episodes. It's on catalysr.com.au/podcast, and you can sort of visit them, go through them, and look at them. And as well, please leave us a review on iTunes if you like them, because that's something that will help us reach a lot more people. Special thanks to Viv and Brendan, who've been really instrumental in putting it all together. Thanks, guys. Thank you. All right. Now, this piece is absolutely the last and a bit of a sort of best-held non-secret, which is we want to announce an exceptional Migrapreneur of the Year 2018 to one individual who has absolutely phenomenal in this cohort, in this program. Right? Now, again, this is not a competition because all of you are winners. All of you have done an amazing job. But there's one person in particular who has gone above and beyond and has just been at every event, has really used the mentoring, has really gone out there and created something out of absolutely nothing. And I want to invite Pascal up to the stage. Where are you? So Pascal actually... Congratulations, mate. Let's do a photo. Awesome, mate. So Pascal basically applied to Catalysr from Germany. He was living in Germany, he was starting his startup there, and he said, I want to do it in Australia because I like Australia, I think there's a market here. He couldn't get the visa in time, so he got the tourist visa to come here right after boot camp and then started his startup in Australia. And in 6 months, he's helped put 70 people into work. He got accepted into the MIT boot camp, where he did a phenomenal job. He's also sort of pitched at StartCon, which is one of the biggest startup conferences in Australia, and has an amazing work ethic, and we're really, really, really glad to have you in our program. Thanks, mate. Thank you. And your gift is waiting in your email, so you get an email with your prize as well about this. There's a book that from my side. Awesome. Cool. Yes? Unless I'm missing anything, that's pretty much it from our side. Thank you so much for sitting here. Thank you so much for listening and contributing. Now, if you can please go and check out some of the demos, talk to the startups who you might have heard from, that you're interested in, that you like. There are also 2 boys in saris who were pitching. They're on the right in the corner, so they're a bit hidden, but I would definitely recommend going and checking them out as well. Thank you once again, and please give our Migrapreneurs a massive round of applause once again. Thank you.